What's up, guys? Nick Vanilla. Little AMA today. B2B sales edition questions. You guys sent them in to me on my website or you DM'd me on Instagram. I appreciate it. It's me and King Bob, my microphone assistant. We're going to go over some questions. Today will be the first man sales AMA. Today we're looking at, all right, question number one. Let me see who this is from. I'm not going to say your name out loud because it's weird, possibly inappropriate. How many follow-ups should reps do? Great question. We'll DM this back to you because I don't want to say your name out loud because it's definitely made in high school. Anyway, how many have a professional Instagram tag? Like what, like boob shooter or whatever? I don't even know what that means. Anyway, America. So how many follow-ups should reps do? Ideally, I know the rule is always a minimum. Sorry, there my leg was bothering me. The minimum is 8 to 12 touches, and a touch could be anything. So 8 to 12 touches is kind of like the systematic minimum. I like to take it and make it 15. It has always been a great number for me. 15, actually, normally I like 16, but 15 seems to be the golden number. Why do I say that? Most reps quit after 2 follow-ups, whether it's a text or a call. Hey, they're not interested, whatever. You have automated systems. If you have AI automation, you should be able to put them in a drip campaign. You should be able to follow up with them consistently. I like 15 to 16 touches. Why is that? That's 4 touches every week for 4 weeks, and you want to mix it up. So like what I like to do from a cadence standpoint is text, call, email, video. Text, call, email, video. Text, call, email, LinkedIn. Text, email, call, direct mail, letter. Very simple. And you just mix and match them, reaching out to the same person or same company over and over and over again. The best way to do that, like I said, have a little system. And then once you hit that 4 weeks, if you haven't made a lot of progress, put them in an automated campaign. Let your software email them and follow up with them month to month, however you want to do it. Keep that golden number in mind though. 15 is the magic number. 8 to 12 is industry standard. Most reps quit after 2. If you're hitting them 15 times with real effort, you're going to do a lot. Next question. This one is from Big Boss Man. Awesome name. What's the best CRM? Best CRM. Well, best CRM is one you're going to use. I would say the best CRM is whatever your company will consistently use, whatever you can get your reps to consistently use. So at Man Sales, we can build you a CRM. You could use Salesforce, you could use HubSpot. There's, depending on your industry, there's a million, Service Titan is one of them. What the heck is the other one? Jobber, Cloud Nimbus. There's like a million CRMs. There's no best one. The answer is whatever you can get your customers, meaning when I say customers, your employees to use consistently. What will your sales reps fill out? What will they put the data in? And what is relatively user friendly? Normally, I recommend, depending on the size of your company, if you're not a huge like $20+ million business, and even then it depends on what you do, I'd recommend having like a company like Man Sales or some of the other ones. They will build you a custom CRM that just focuses on the tools and features you need. So you don't have all the fluff and you don't have to pay a lot of money for tools you're never going to use. Like it doesn't make sense for like a roofing company that does $10 million. You probably don't need a whole Salesforce instance because you're only going to use like a handful of the pieces. So whatever your reps will use consistently, that's really the best way to do it. Question number 3, how do you increase your close rates? That's a great question. This one's from a guy named Lawrence. How do we increase our close rates? So it's a very generalized question. You didn't give me a lot of context. I would say the first thing you need to do, no matter what you sell, is you need to have great discovery, great qualification, and make sure, and this is the most important one, a lot of people overlook this. Discovery questions should be scripted and they should be canned. They should be scripted. You should ask the same discovery questions. Your qualifications, same thing. Scripted and canned. Ask the same questions. Here's where the art comes in, and this can be scripted. Build urgency. Make that pain real, not only to the client, but make it real to the business and make it real to their future. If they don't do this, what are the risks? Period. If we don't handle this issue, what's going to happen? How much are we losing right now? How much will we lose in the future? So I hope that helps you. How do founders step out of sales? That's a great question. How do founders step out of sales? This is from Techpreneur. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. I think it's Tech Entrepreneurs, what you're going for, but you put a thing there on 1-something-9-5. Cool. How do founders step out of sales? So that's a great question. The fastest way to do that, document your process. Like as the founder should write down or document, you can use AI, you can use transcripting apps, whatever you got. Document your process, analyze what you documented and try to make it into steps so that you could train it, and then measure the process, meaning how well did this work and how often does it work for you? And then try to give it a range. So say, all right, this is how I handle a sales call. This is how I talk to a client. This is how I process their paperwork. This is how we deliver the service. Go through and document all those steps, which could be recording your phone calls. It could be typing it up, however you want to do it. You could write it down by hand, have someone else type it up, use your assistant, really good idea. And then measure it. Say, okay, if I talk to, as the founder, if I talk to 100 leads and I sell 10 of them, I got a 10% close rate. This is how we did it. Where could we improve it? Where did I possibly do better? Or just look at that and say, all right, as the founder who knows everything about the company, I can close 10% of these. I expect a rep to be able to close 50%. That's a really good metric to start with. Whatever you can do, expect a rep to do half, because you have to think they have probably not as much product knowledge as you, probably not as much market knowledge as you, probably not as good connections as you. They're a sales rep that's possibly brand new at this. Expect them to be about 50%. I would say 40 to 50% of your product. And then tweak and iterate from there to make it more friendly for the reps or better closing for the client. That's the two big ones, is either easier to learn or it works better because it closes more sales. It has to be documented so you can show this to a rep and say, hey, this is the system I follow. I'm the owner. I'm the boss. This is how I do it. I want you to do it like this. So that documentation is the fastest way to do it. And then once you have it documented and you're relatively comfortable that if I just said, hey, don't think, talk to a client and just use this paper and read from it, what are the odds of you selling? And you go, oh, well, you've got probably about 50% of what I normally do if you just use this paper. Perfect. Or they just use the screen. Perfect. Then you're going to start hiring, which is a recruiting out. You want to start recruiting. You want to look for a culture fit. You want to look for someone that can learn and then train them on that process. So drop your questions below for my next AMA. I'm probably going to do this. I'd like to do it every once or twice a week. I might even do it once every 2 weeks, depending on how many questions come in. I can do a longer one. So if that helps you, drop some questions below and I'll get to them.